Welcome back to the another episode. The sun break through soft glasses. Four of them, Jungkook, Taehyung, Mama Kim, and Mama Jian, stepped out of the apartment with their bags in hand. We already brought enough food to last a month, Mama Kim said, but still tossed around another head of liquor into the cart. And who is going to cook it for them when we are gone? Mama Jian continued, raising an eyebrow. You know these boys instant noodles every day if we are not careful. They trailed behind, arms full of spring onions and tofu, while Jungkook casually pushed the cart with one hand, phone in another. But every now and then his eyes flickered to him, watching him pout and bubble, trying to balance the bags, made Jungkook's lips turn upward. You walk like a duck when you are holding too much, he mumbled under his breath. I do not. Huffed. You do. Their mothers didn't notice them, but already arguing gentle about which brand of soya sauce was better. Better, they glowed his hair cheeks warm, but the time they returned home, their kitchen was stacked to the ceiling with vegetables, sausage, and carefully packed containers of homemade food. Mama Kim insisted on labeling each one in the large. You know, this is spicy and don't blame me later. After lunch, full of the laughter and way too many dumplings, the moms finally got ready to leave. You will take care of each other, right? Mamaji said, adjusting Jungkook's collar. We will, he said, expression calm. Taehyung nodded quickly beside him. Yes, I will. We will. We always do. So, Jungkook looked sideways to him, so eager, huh? There were tight hugs, light last minute nagging about cleaning vitamins, phone calls. Then the front door closed behind their moms and apartment fell into a rare, still silence. Taehyung stood in the living room fidgeting with the drawers of his hoodie. The apartment suddenly felt too quiet. Well, he said, glancing slyly over at Jungkook, who was calmly putting away the last container in the fridge. I guess you can go back to the small room now. Jungkook didn't even pause. Nope, they blinked, huh? Jungkook shut the fridge, leaned on the counter, arms crossed. I'm staying in the big room from now on. Well, he said, Taehyung's eyes widened, heart tongue escaping, but that was just for show, right? For our moms, Jungkook tattled his head thoughtfully as if trying to appear deep. Yeah, but the bed is in the guest room is giving me back problems. Things are dropped. You are 20, exactly too young to be in pain. Things settled. But you said Taekook walked past him, slowly heading to the bedroom. Also, you sleep like a cat on a radiator. It's warm. Taehyung turned red. Jungkook paused at the bedroom door and turned around, smirking faintly. What? Want me to beg? His whole face turned the color of the tomato. I just. Then good night, Peter. Disappeared into the room like it was nothing. Taehyung stood frozen in the hallway for a full minute, hoodie still clenching in his fist. Mind spinning, he said petal again. Finally, with the heart fluttered and his stomach doing flips, he tiptoed in. Jungkook was already lying in the bed, one arm behind his head like he owns the world, and the other flipping lazily through the phone. Taehyung climbed in slowly, told not to move the mattress too much. Relax, Jungkook murmured. Not gonna bite. You already did. Taehyung mumbled under his breath, crawling under the blanket. Jungkook glanced at him, amazed. Huh? Nothing. A soft glance, the night lights went out, and in the quiet only their breaths remained. Somewhere in the dark, Jungkook's hand brushed in his under the blanket just slightly, casually, like maybe it was an accident. But neither moved it away. Kim Taehyung stared at the classroom whiteboard, eyes gazed over. He wasn't usually this distracted, especially not during lectures, but today he was completely somewhere else, somewhere with tangled seats, hushed mornings, and a hand that casually brushes his under the blanket like it meant nothing. Jungkook said he was staying in the big room from now on. It was the second night they had shared a bed, and Kim Taehyung hadn't gotten much sleep, not because Jungkook did anything he didn't. He just existed next to him, close breathing. That alone was enough to make Taehyung's brain short circuit. Petal, his pen slipped from his fingers. Jimin was leaning on the edge of the desk, first smoking. I called you 3 times. That what's with you lately? He asked, wise teaching, thinking about Jungkook again. Things face blamed. No, Jimin raised an eyebrow. You are a terrible liar. E- you are even blushing. I always blush. Taehyung hissed quietly, slumping lower in his seat like a melting dumpling. Jimin could press further. The classroom door cracked open, and in strolled Jimin, yoongi sipping bubble tea like he was on a fashion runway. Tete, he sang softly, sliding into the seat beside them, still looking as bite-sized, as edible as ever. Taehyung immediately tried to become one with the chair. Jimin rolled his eyes. You are such a McCain. The charm, Yoongi winked, then turned to Taehyung. So, what did you do all weekend? Thought you would be online. I was just helping my mom pack up. Taehyung said quickly. She came to visit, didn't stay long. Jimin nodded. That's right, you mentioned it. Did she stay at a hotel or something? Yeah, the one near the train station. Taehyung lied smoothly, or as smoothly as someone could, while fidgeting with their sleeves and avoiding eye contact. Yoongi raised her brow. She didn't stay at your prom. Taehyung blinked. She doesn't like crowded students area. Jimin squinted. But your room is empty. You don't have a roommate, right? Taehyung's soul left his body for a second. Just then, solution. Jungkook walked past their open classroom door, towels slung around his neck from practice, clearly heading somewhere else, but he stopped it, backed up, and leaned in through open frame. Petal, he said casually, you left your charger in my bag. Taehyung looked like he was going to die on the spot. Jimin froze. Yoongi narrowing his eyes. Your bag? Jimin asked slowly. Jungkook blinked. Yeah, he came over his studies last night at your place. Jungkook touched the charger and landing it perfectly on Taehyung's lap. He fell asleep before we finished the physics review. You didn't say anything about studying with him? Jimin said studying with Taehyung. Taehyung laughed nervously. It was a last-minute thing. Yoongi leaned in, chin on his hand, lips cooled. Studying, huh? That's what we are calling it now. Jungkook's eyes flickered towards him. Unbothered, we are facing things had gone fully pink. Anyway, Jungkook said, turning to leave, don't forget, tonight you promised to cook. Cook, Taehyung echoes weakly. Jungkook nodded. You said you would make tomato and egg stir fry. I did. You did now. With that, Jungkook walked off like he hadn't just stopped it. Dropped 20 red flags into enemy. There was a bit of silence, then Yoongi slowly turned his head. Since when do you cook for Jungkook? It's just he helped with my physics notes. So I said I will return the favor. We don't it's not like that. Jimmy crossed his arms, eyes and Taehyung suspiciously right. Yoongi clenched, tapping the desk rhythmically. Interesting, Taehyung wanted to night back at apartment. Taehyung collapsed onto the bed. The moment he stepped into the room, he almost blew over cover. He gone. Jungkook leaned on the doorframe, smirking. Relax, you did fine. They are going to find out, then we will lie better. You are so annoying. Jungkook walked over, dropping his bag and sitting beside him on the bed, still making tomato and eggs. I guess you are sleeping on the bed tonight, right? Taehyung hesitated. Shouldn't you go back to the small room now that our moms are gone? Jungkook has a neighbor now. What? I paid rent for half the bed. That's not them set up rent in the place. That's not how it works. Jungkook shrugged coldly, already fluffing his pillow. It does not. Beside you, still fever. Problem case when I am here. Taehyung suddenly disputed. I don't. You don't think. Turned his face to the wall, frustrated beyond repair. Behind him, Jungkook smiled. They still had to keep their secret. For now, sharing the same bed didn't feel so forbidden anymore. It just felt right. Don't look now, Yoongi whispered, leaning over the library table, but your best friend just smiled at Jungkook like he had given him his kidneys. Jimmy rolled his eyes without lifting his head. Open notebook, you are being dramatic. No, I am being observant. Yoongi said, Jane resting on one hand, watching him from across the reading room with narrowed eyes. Boy is blushing again, third time today. Jimin finally glanced up, gaze looking towards the pair huddled at the far table. Jungkook was explaining something in low tone while Taehyung nodded, clenching the pen like it was a lifeline. Their heads were very close again. He quickly looked away. They are always like that, not like this. Yoongi leaned in closer, his lips nearly pushing Jimin's ear. Something different. Jimin didn't flinch, but the tip of his ear went noticeable pink. Stop whispering like that. It's creepy. Yoongi grinned. I like when you get defensive. It's cute. Flirt with someone else. Jimin muttered, going back to the scrolling notes, but a small smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Yoongi stretched back lazily in his chair, hands behind his neck. Head, nah, you are my favorite. You have a strange brought you lemon candy last week. Jimin glanced off in nice. That doesn't mean anything. You hide it in your drawer so no one else would take it. That's just a smart resource management. You'll be clenched. You are such a... Before Jimin could talk, Taehyung and Jungkook stood up from their table across the room. Carrying Jungkook water bottle again, which was weird because Jungkook had two perfectly functioning hands. Jimin narrowed slightly. They always live together. Yoongi mused out loud. They always arrive together too. And don't you think Taehyung's been glowing more lately? Glow? Yeah, like post-cuddle glow. Jimin choked on laugh, but genius observation, Yoongi said proudly. Don't act like you haven't noticed something is up with these two. Jimin didn't reply at first. He just watched their returning glance as Jungkook gently took the bottle from Taehyung's and answered something that made the younger boy beam. Then he said quieter, this time I think they are hiding something. Yoongi leaned his elbow on the table again, voice softer too. Would it bother you if they were, together? Jimmy blinked. No, of course not. Yoongi smiled. Good, because I'm planning to tell them we know. They then watch their panic. Should be fun. Don't team teach them, then teach too much. Yoongi turned his head, but you are getting soft. Jimmy didn't answer. He just stood and gathered his books. Yoongi was slicing his bag over his shoulder. As they existed like Yoongi fell into a step behind him and said, you are walking too fast. It's like you are running away from me. I'm not. Jim replied quickly, a little too quickly, Yoongi added with a slight smile. I wouldn't mind if you got flushed about me as Taehyung does about Jungkook. When he stopped walking, his face hitting, don't push your luck, he muttered, but his voice was softer, his eyes gleaming, lingering a second longer than necessary on Yoongi grinned. Too late, luck pushed me right into you. It started with a photo, just one taken from behind a vending machine by a girl in the science department. Jungkook and Kim Taehyung walking together across campus. Jungkook was holding a drink and Taehyung was laughing softly beside him, eyes bright, fingers barely brushing as they walked together, shoulder to shoulder. Caption on the anonymous university forms read, Jungkook's mysterious roommate or partner, soft voice, side, no one expected it to explode. The next day it was everywhere, screenshots, comments, zoom ins, more photos started popping up. Jungkook handing Taehyung a bottle after practice, Taehyung waiting outside the locker room, the two of them leaving the cafeteria together, just imitating. Some comments were playful, they are so cute together and G and young. Jungkook was able to protect his soft couple at all cost. Others were less kind, what a waste of man, disgusting. Jungkook must be just playing that weird kid. Taehyung was in during lunch. Jimin had tried to block the screen, but it was too late. The headline glared at him from a girl's tablet at the next table. Jungkook's roommate or something more. His blood turned to ice that evening back at their apartment. Kim Taehyung couldn't sit still. His hands kept freezing with the hem of his hoodie, hearts pounding too loud in his ears. Jungkook was on the couch scrolling through his phone like nothing had happened, but Taehyung was shaking. Jungkook, he really said, voice quiet. They are swelled. We shouldn't be seen together in public anymore. Jungkook looked up slowly, brows slightly frowned. Taehyung tried to smile, but it forbade. People are starting to notice. And remember what you said before, that no one could know. You warned me not to say anything about us. You were right. I wasn't careful, and now Jungkook Kim Taehyung. Jungkook stood him. Jungkook was stopping just in front of him. His gaze wasn't angry. It was calm but steady. I told you that because I didn't want you getting hurt, Jungkook said quietly, but hiding like you don't matter. That's not what I meant. Taehyung looked down, was small. I'm just scared. Jungkook exhaled softly, then reached out for his hand, warm on Taehyung's head. Fingers, I'm scared too, he admitted, but I'm not going anywhere. Taehyung blinked, stunned. Jungkook looked away, ears pinned. Beside, I already blocked half of those girls. I don't like them taking pictures of you. You blocked them? Taehyung echoed, eyes wide. They were posting your face without asking. That's not okay. A small silence fell between them. Taehyung hesitated, then stepped forward and lightly bumped his forehead against Jungkook's chest. You are too much sometimes. Jungkook smiled, and you are still soft as tofu. Taehyung mumbled, not in public, okay? Jungkook raised an eyebrow. We are at home. Still, Taehyung blushed and turned away. So the campus burst with gossips and whispers, but inside the little apartment for now it was just the two of them. Hearts tangled, secrets explode, and love glowing strongly in the light. Campus the next day, the university burst louder than usual. Students gathered in small groups, whispering and side-eyeing their phones like they were holding leaves. Yoongi launched against the outdoor bench, and lollipop took it into the corner of his mouth, scrolling through the university forms on his phone. His brows lifted with mild amusement as he flickered past yet another blurred shot of Jungkook and Taehyung walking side by side. Well trolled. Was light with mischief, looked like our campus golden boy has a scandal. Dropped beside him with a loud sigh and bubble tea. You mean Jungkook and his clingy little roommate? You really clingy, you jealous? I am annoyed, Jimin said flatly. These homes are a mess. Everyone suddenly thinks they are dating. Yoongi turned his face slowly, smirking. Don't you? Jimin blinked. What? Heard me. I mean, think about it, Yoongi said, now sipping the lollipop stick lazily between his fingers. They are always together. They waits for him after class, brings him snacks, and Jungkook has literally served a guy once for bumping into Taehyung. Jimin opened his mouth, then closed it. Okay, yeah, but that doesn't mean they are like dating? Oh, baby man. Yoongi teased while dropping to a whisper. You really are innocent. Jimin glared. I'm not innocent. You blush too much for a tough guy. Yoongi said, eyes glistening. You are kind of like Taehyung, actually. All bark, no bite. I will bite you. Looking forward to it. Jimin turned away, eyes burning, stabbing his stew angrily into the booba. Still, his gaze drifted towards the direction of the students' comments just in time to see Jungkook walk by with Taehyung trailing quietly beside him. They aren't touching, weren't even speaking, but their steps matched exactly. It looked natural, familiar, a little too familiar. Do you think it's real? Asked. Almost regularly, Yoongi bit into his lollipop, smiling like he knew something. I think they have been hiding it for a long time. To be continued. Hey everyone, I don't know, but I often started having cough and cold. I couldn't breathe properly, and every morning when I wake up, I started sneezing. So, if anyone of you know what is happening and what should I do, actually, consulted with the doctor and took medicines, but nothing is effective. So please tell me if you know. Bye bye.